country at this moment in time, and why this is a crucial moment for all people to forget about race and come together. Those of us who are poor, those of us who are maybe middle class or upper class and are woke, that this needs to change. And one of the most important things that needs to be addressed is the Black Hills. The Black Hills were stolen from us, literally stolen. We took our case, our righteous case, to the Supreme Court. In 1980, the Supreme Court held that a more ripe and rank case of dishonorable dealing in their country's history in all likelihood will not be found, and they still ruled against us. There is no justice in this country unless you're wealthy. There is no justice for the poor, and there is especially no justice for Indian people. I thank Unicorn Right. I thank you, Alex, personally for coming here, covering this. This is just the beginning. I have asked some of the youth leadership here not to get arrested here. This is just the beginning. You don't need to start to build a record now when this resistance movement is going to take years to realize its goals. And I believe, I'm 52. I've raised my children to be this way. I'm raising my grandchildren to be this way, to live a life of resistance until there's justice.
Thank you so much for speaking.
Thank you, Alex. Stay safe.
You too.
All right.
So there are a whole line of the sheriff's police still in the way back.
Hey, I'm looking at my shoe.
And then there's the line with some riot police as well as National Guard. And yeah, as I said, I think either they're waiting for more supplies or maybe they're waiting for transport vehicles to get here. So once they mass arrest, they'll have places to put everyone. There's still National Guard up on the hill, also pushing people away, even though they are off the road. Like that. The order was this is unlawful assembly, and that folks needed to get off the road, and some folks are off the road. They went up on this hill, and now the National Guard is trying to push them. I'm gonna check out the other side of the roadblock to see what's going on. All right, a lot of the same thing. Police line, National Guard line with police shields. Also police, sheriff's police on the right. Some Trump supporters are back. The crowd here has lessened quite a bit. Definitely less than 100 folks still in the road here. At its height, the crowd was at over 200. Understandably, some people don't want to get arrested. Also, there might be, violence from the National Guard and the police. So there are helicopters that have been flying over constantly. On the sides of the road still. There are a lot of folks on the sides of the road still. There are a lot of folks on the side. You won't get arrested.
Hey everyone, so this is happening on the road to Mount Rushmore. Protesters from some of the local tribes there. I think it's the Lakota tribes in the Dakotas. I'm not even sure which First Nation tribe this is. They went out to protest, and the National Guard were brought in. The police
trying to see what's happening.
And this
I don't know if more people are going to head this way, or if there's
this is Unicorn Riot, the feed that I'm watching. My chat window won't work.
But they seem to be. They have an area open for a reason.
If you want to chat, go to kevinleefather.com/YouTube. Some of you are on Twitter, some are on Twitch. And I'm just trying to see what's going on here, and I can't get my chat to work, but that's okay. I'm in the... Jackson
the
family.
line is making a new formation.
Check right side broadcast on Facebook. Front view on the middle of it.
On this side, in the road, there's maybe about a dozen people. On the other side, there's more. In total, there might only be about 40 people in the road still.
Oh, there we go. Pull that up as well. So we've got two angles of this. Let's do this. Protesters blocking entrance to President Trump's event at Rushmore. That's the Right Side Broadcasting Network. They'd usually do most of his rallies. And we're going to get rid of me. Hold on. There we go. And then we can do this. There we go. I wish I could get the chat window to work. Pop me over here. There we go. So we're keeping live on both the audios here. I don't know who's going to say what. Apparently some of the protesters have made their way up the hill because they don't want to be arrested.
This person right here literally looks like they're going to war with their backpack.
And the National Guard have now surrounded the people on the hill as well. according to one journalist. The National Guard's up on top of the hill as well.
I believe the last major protest here at so-called Mount Rushmore was in 1970, when 24 Indigenous activists climbed on top of Mount Rushmore and stayed there for a while. They said that they had renamed Mount Rushmore Crazy Horse Mountain, I believe. Again, this is Keystone, South Dakota.
So this is
Folks
Keystone.
are here protesting
This might be the Great
the
Sioux
presence
Nation.
of Trump and Pence, the presence of thousands and thousands of Trump and Pence's supporters, as well as highlighting that this is unceded territory.
President Trump has landed.
All of
in
these
South
folks
Dakota.
are putting gas masks on as well. It seems like what they'll do is deploy tear gas, probably pepper spray, push people back, and they'll be doing it probably at the same time on the other side, and then that will kind of push everyone together, and they will probably try to arrest anyone at that point.
I'm going to pull up the YouTube coverage, so I can see you guys chatting. So I'm going to be able to see who's saying things in the YouTube chat room. I'm not going to be able to see the Facebook chat stuff. I'm not going to be able to see the Twitter chat room if you want to make comments. And I might be able to put the YouTube chat on the screen, so I'll work on that as well. Okay, I'm in the YouTube chat room now. Oh, that's no good. Oh, you guys can't see that.
I've been pouring it into my mouth. I don't know. It's fucking hot.
violence you're bringing right now to our people. This is our land. My grandma and grandpa's land. Oh.
So that's the YouTube chat right there.
Lakota. I'm full-blooded Oglala Lakota. I come from here. My great-great-grandpa, my great-great-grandma, their bones are here. They did their ceremonies here and they hunted here.
They're firing the tear gas! Get ready!
Remember, the only violence here is the violence you're bringing here right now. Think about it. What if this were your
Hold the
your dad?
line!
Hold the line, man.
You're not going to listen anyway, though.
I'm getting another. Finish it.
So this is the highway. If you're just joining us, this is the highway, one of the highways to Mount Rushmore. This is what is being said. This is all live, so I can only go off the information that the reporters are giving. If you guys hear anything, let me know. So we've got two different feeds. We've got Right Side Broadcast, which is a right-wing network.
You motherfucker!
And then Unicorn Riot is over
We
there.
see you up there!
The National Guard and the police are there. Apparently pepper bullets have already been used. I can't confirm that. I didn't see it.
All you have is a cop to protect you!
The woman's voice you're hearing is Unicorn Riot.
You ain't shit!
And of course, Pence and Trump are scheduled. No, just Trump. I don't think Pence is there. I'm not even sure. Who cares? Trump has landed in South Dakota. He is supposed to give a speech around 8:30 local time, which is 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 on the East Coast.
Hey, they're moving back. They're moving on this side. Hey, keep your eyes both sides.
Half and half!
Half and half.
Half and half!
They're moving on the other side.
Half and half. But we keep holding the line.
So the
Folks are
protesters have.
splitting half and half to try to hold the line on either side.
They've parked vans across the road. So those are those big vans that you see there. The vans are parked across the road to block the highway so that people can't get to the celebration at Mount Rushmore. The fireworks, etc. And this year they're going to include a speech by Trump. And the governor of the state of South Dakota, Governor Nome, who said that masks will
So
be given
again,
out, but not mandatory.
Although the National Guard and the police are saying this is an unlawful assembly, this is unceded territory, and this land
job,
was
Danielle.
even acknowledged as the Great Sioux Nation territory.
I just saw what
through
happened in the chat room.
The Fort Laramie
That's why you're the
Treaty of
moderator, Danielle.
1868, which the United States government broke 9 years later when they wanted to mine for gold and other resources. But even though they broke it, that doesn't mean that it stopped being. Hold on. There's action on the other side.
That's because they're moving out of this side.
So the police and the National Guard have the protest completely surrounded on both sides. Some of the protesters have taken up the hillsides. As you can see, this highway is in a valley between the two hills. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Nazi POTUS. If you say it loud enough, you'll always seem precocious. And the police are advancing. Let's go full on that window if I can here, guys. I can't without a lot of effort. Hold on.
Пластиковые щиты, такие же, как у национальных гвардейцев, на лицах маски от слезоточивого газа. Начинаются столкновения.
The white man, you guys represent the military-industrial complex. And that's
Okay, I don't know what happened there.
I don't care what badge you have. You represent the United States government. Illegal seizure of our land. That's who you represent. The National Park Service. You're part of the system. You are the man. U.S. Park, National Guard, police, sheriff, highway patrol. It's all the same. It's all just different names for a militarized system that's coming against black, indigenous, and people of color in this country. And that's what this shit is about.
There's not one person of color out there in that line. Oh, there's a couple.
And here I'm serious. We actually are trying to negotiate, but there ain't nobody over there. You guys, we went over there to our people.
Sure.
And went up to them. We have a rapport.
Right.
Hey, brothers and sisters, we're negotiating. Our people, what do they do? Stand back. How come you guys can't go over there and talk to them people? We're human beings here.
I'm here with you. I'm trying to talk to you.
Well, how come you're not talking to the wreckers?
Because they're not.
Why don't you show some leadership? That's what I'm talking about. It takes leadership. That's what I'm saying.
I understand, and I went back to
You know how hard it is to go in front of your own people and say, I'm going to negotiate? That shit takes courage and leadership, and that's what we need to see from you guys.
And I did. I went up to the sheriff at Pennington County and asked him to negotiate.
This is a county show. They're not going to listen to me. And they're not listening. They're not going to do it. They said they're done negotiating. They're making comments that I have not seen or am aware of. So the National Park Service,
they just put you in a bad spot is what they're doing too. Making you look like you're negotiating. Making it look like you're negotiating. Meanwhile, they already got a preconceived decision of what they're doing. That's what they got. That's what happens when you work for the man. They do that shit to you. So we ain't going nowhere. Got it. This is our land. It's been our land for thousands of years. It'll be. But one thing I will say this though. One point of negotiation. Now that that's clear, we ain't moving, and you guys are pushing forward. You give us 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Well, actually, who am I negotiating with now? You should get Pennington County over here. What I'm saying is, give us 30 minutes to talk to our children and our elders, because not everybody is going to stay. And so we want to get out our women, our children, our elders, anybody who is diabetic, anybody who's sick. Okay. And
would you need Sheriff Combs?
And then we'll address. But during that period of time,
is he still up there?
During that period of time, you can't have aggression.
All we can do is Reed and I can go back and
so they're not listening to you and they're not listening to me. That's why somebody from up there needs to get down.
I'm going to tell them that we got a health public safety issue, and we need to get young people and elders off the road. We need 30 minutes to do it.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you for talking.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
So those were rangers, National Park Service.
Like what always tries to happen, they were aggressive. We held on.
Looks like they arrived there in advance, pulled up at the side of the road, and made themselves a protest. Of course, I can't swear that they got there first.
So someone just tried to negotiate with the Park Service to see if there could be some agreements about the tactics the National Guard are using, and whether the vans could be left in place and not seized. Also, if there could be time for elders and children to leave the scene if they want to or need to. So it seems like that they might give. They might give 30 minutes for that to happen.
Trying to get you guys a better view of what they are seeing on the camera. There we go. So what this is going to do is delay probably. I don't even know if how many people are up in the stands. I can get a feed on the stands as well, because that I was watching earlier. I'm going to minimize this for a second if I can. It won't let me.
Apparently, a Trump supporter just hit a woman who is a anti-Trump person.
Just hit a woman, and they're ignoring it.
No, stop that! This is what y'all rather be doing. He just hit a female and y'all standing on the fucking line? Fucking dummies.
Hey, fuck you!
King is alive.
That might be Air Force One. They're supposed to do a flyover.
There's an airplane. I don't know if that's Air Force One or I have no idea.
I don't know either.
That's
why I said might.
Trump supporter just hit an anti-Trump supporter. Yeah. So, and the cops did nothing.
Okay, I can go get my water. I've been hearing reports that, you know.
That is Air
Do
Force
you know
One.
where to get water to drink?
There should be.
There's Air Force One up there.
Hold on. There was some. Oh man.
So this feed above us is the feed from the celebration. There we go. There's the July 4th celebration. So Trump is doing a flyover. I don't know. They must be getting that shot from another airplane. Yep. Possibly a chopper, although the chopper would have to be really high to get a shot like that. Oh, so they're watching it on the big screen as well. Yeah, so that's got to be another airplane. Because otherwise there's no way we'd be able to keep up like this. Is America great again yet? Is this it? Looks like it. Got an airplane. People in gas masks. Probably many of them sick with a virus that's going to kill 3% of the population. America, America. It's a pretty cool shot of Air Force One, actually. Trump hates those colors. And we have a guitar fail.
There's another plane. Whenever there's a plane, the Trump supporters are cheering, so it's unclear if Trump or Pence are on any of them. So two of the vans are on tow trucks now.
So I saw footage of Trump landing before. That must have been at another airport. And then Air Force One transferred into Air Force One. So where's he going? Let's see, it's 5:30 here, 6:30 there. So 2 hours before he's supposed to give his speech, which may be delayed now, because unless they've got a chopper to fly him in there, they might come from the other direction. I have no idea. But if the protesters are really smart, they would have blocked the road going up from the airport, because they know where Trump's going to land. It's one of the bases or something down there. I saw the schedule earlier. Bye-bye.
So the man who hit the anti-Trump woman actually is in handcuffs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he spit on a woman.
Hey, you still fuck Trump.
Yeah, he spit on a woman.
Eric, I think they're in Levy's coat. And every single one of y'all seen that shit too.
Testing, 1, 2.
Hey, Levy, do you have the key?
All right. It's a beautiful day in Chisapa. Whose land? Our land! Whose land? Our land! Whose land? Our land! For our people!
Welcome our commander, Chief War Master 5, Terry Beckler, as the
dichotomy.
America the Beautiful.
All right, relatives. We entered into negotiation.
How?
They tried to negotiate with us. But while they were negotiating with us, they did the same thing that they've always done to Indian people. While they were attempting to negotiate with us, they were moving our blockade. And so I told them, that's not how we're going to negotiate as Indigenous people.
I was born
and so what we said,
4th of July,
if you have to stand down and not move those bands, then we can negotiate. They couldn't honor that. So what has happened now is I told them, this is our sacred Black Hills. This is the land of the Osheki Shakoi. And we're prepared to stand our ground. We're prepared to stay here. There's people who made vows and commitments to follow this through. You know who you are. We take that seriously. It's our way of life. So we're going to honor our vows. We're going to honor those commitments that we have to stay here and protect our land. But as warriors, we also have to give an opportunity for our women and our children and our elders and anybody that's sick. So what we have right now is probably about 25 minutes now. We negotiated 30 minutes. And then what we negotiated in this 30 minutes is that anybody who doesn't want to get arrested, anybody that's sick, any of the women or the children, or the warriors, anybody that doesn't want to be arrested, that we have 30 minutes to disperse. All right, let's just put it this way. We're not dispersing. We're protecting our people. And so, and I know that there's people here that went to each one of us and said, I'm willing to stay no matter what. There was also people who say, I can't make that vow. So we're honoring that commitment. So we're giving, if you're not willing to be arrested, then we have probably now about 25 minutes to get out. If your car is over there,
cities that never sleep.
you can get out.
I am the ballot
You
driver.
just have to
I'm
let
going to
them
check
know.
out Twitter if it's paused on that
It's
side.
going to open up right here.
in a cathedral.
And that's
Yes,
how folks are going to
I
get out.
am the nation, and these are the things that I am.
Yeah, 33
I am
people
Let
are
us
seeing
know.
Twitter.
You understand?
And God
There was
willing,
all
in
people
freedom,
saying,
I will spend
so
the
it's
rest
live,
of
this
my
is some of the
No, it's live. It's up on Twitter.
We're giving. They're not willing. Those commitments we make that we won't achieve. Sometimes we make decisions right in the moment.
for the rest of the world.
So each and every one of you has something to think about.
Because 240
It doesn't make you any less
Thanks for
of
the
a
heads up,
warrior
Daniel.
if you leave. It doesn't make you any more
United
warrior if you
States
stay.
of America.
Because we're all warriors. Every single one of us. Think about the decision that's before you.
There we go.
Because what's going to happen at that 30-minute mark, we're going to hold our ground here, and they're going to try to remove us from our land, and we're going to do every single thing in our power to protect our land.
For those of you who want to get in the chat room, that's the YouTube
We have
chat.
held this for 3 hours, relatives. We've stopped the traffic going up to Mount Rushmore. So this is the decisions before us that we have.
Band has been stationed in Mitchell, South Dakota, home of the world's only corn palace. In 1911, O.H. Anderson composed
For those
a
that
march
are
in
being
honor of this
arrested.
iconic building. In 2004, a former commander
Andrew
of
Bentley.
this band, Joseph
So if you guys want to chat, be in that chat room up there,
Come on up
over
here.
there.
to celebrate almost
YouTube.com/KevinLeeFather. You can subscribe there. You can join the chat room. Find the live broadcast. That is the chat from the live broadcast. Sorry guys, everything's backwards here.
I
don't normally broadcast multiple feeds at the
If you
same
get
time.
arrested, we got you. If you get arrested, we made arrangements to take care of our people. What's going to likely happen if you get arrested is that it'll take you, if you don't have any warrants,
I can sure
you're
give it a
likely
try.
going to do
Hold
a
on.
book and release. So I know about 75% of us probably won't get book and release. But if you have, and take this into consideration,
There you go.
if you have warrants, they're probably going to keep you until Monday. Because there's no afternoon court, and there is no weekend court. So I'm going to give you a number. I don't know, we need to, we have some markers here. So if you're going to be arrested, Andrew Bentley, come up here and raise your hand here. This is one of our relatives. He's a Lumbee relative.
Thank you.
He's been here. He's been here amongst the Lakota for many years. And I trust him with all my heart. My brother. What's going to happen here is he's going to share his phone number, and that phone number specifically is going to be used. And once you get arrested, you call that number, and he's going to arrange for you to get out. It'll happen either tonight, tomorrow, or Monday. So I'm going to share this number at this time. Actually, let's do this. There's too much live reels. If you're getting arrested, if you're planning to get arrested, come on over and see Andrew Bentley. I want to say that today has been a proud day to be Lakota. Today has been a proud day.
Coming, they think of him as a symbol of white supremacy and just
Hold on, we're going to shut off that music.
on their land today, apparently. He's saying 500 years of ignoring us. Now our youth has spoken. It was very scary as we pulled up. We actually heard large, what sounded like gunshots. It turned out it was these protesters actually just came up very fast. We thought the way they were driving that they would actually be law enforcement. So we were being mindful, keeping back. And as soon as we pulled up, we heard these explosions, these loud noises. They were, in fact, blowing out their tires so that physically there's no possible way to move these buses. This is the entrance to the main entrance of Mount Rushmore where President Trump is scheduled to speak today. They are completely shutting down the roads, not allowing anybody into the park where President Trump is scheduled to speak. Again, this happened around 4 p.m. today. President Trump is scheduled to begin his speech around 8 p.m. today. So if these vans don't get moved, I don't know what's going to happen. We will be here on the scene reporting live, and we will get more for you. Back to you, Jordan Parker.
Yes, thank you so much, Liz. Again, unfolding right before your eyes now, live on the ground here in Keystone, South Dakota, just a mile from Mount Rushmore, is a protest happening where protesters have physically blocked the road with these passenger vans you see behind me. This happened just about 10 minutes ago as we were pulling up. These 3 white vans you see behind me entered at a very fast rate. We thought they were law enforcement shutting down traffic, when in reality they were protesters. As you can see, a large crowd was amassed. They actually jacked up the vans, took the tires off. They slashed a few of the tires. Those are the large explosions you might have heard a little bit ago. Those were tires being popped. So now these vans can't be moved on their own wheels right now.
So the vans have pulled up. I don't know if you guys can hear this guy properly. Let me know if the audio on him is okay. It's soft. There you go. You guys can hear it. Yeah. So they took the tires off the buses, so they can't move. They're all jacked up.
To the streets right here, blocking the
and this is the entrance to Mount Rushmore.
This is the entrance for those who have tickets to get into the event, tickets to see the president's remarks in just under 4 hours from now, about 3.5 hours from now. They physically can no longer get in there. Law enforcement is pushing us back, so we're going to be respectful of that as this situation unfolds. But this is happening right now, unfolding right now. Breaking news here in Keystone, South Dakota, as Indigenous protesters are now blocking
what
the
a world we live in right
to
now.
Mount Rushmore. We're going to turn it back over, give you a live shot at what's going on, and we'll be back.
In an amazing way, and also in a what the hell is happening way. Okay, let's go back to the audio on the other feed here. See what else I can find for you guys here. That's us.
That's okay. I would rather it stay here. You'll have to leave way up until the last stop. If anybody needs the phone number, please come over.
Gage, move over this way. Gage, this way. Gage.
Erin Bormet is one of the photographers for the local papers there. She's been updating things. That's 37 minutes ago. National Guard moved past van blockade, and now there's one group of protesters with a line of military on either side. So yeah, that's what we're seeing there.
BHLegalFund.org. These are Indigenous protesters who moved these 3 vans and added physical barriers to block the main access road to Mount Rushmore. They pulled up, they jacked up the vans, removed the tires, slashed some of the tires to create physical barriers preventing entrance for any of the attendees coming to today's event. For those who don't know, the president is going to begin his remarks in just over 3.5 hours from now at the location right behind me. That event is now physically blocked by these vans. About 200 to 300 protesters, by my estimates, have showed up here, creating a physical barrier, as I mentioned, on the road behind me. A few hours ago, we saw a couple dozen protesters walking this way, but had no idea it was going to divulge into the situation you are now seeing behind us. Law enforcement has not engaged with them physically. They have not engaged with the vehicles physically. This happened all very quickly, and it seems they are strategizing and trying to figure out a way to get these vans out from here to allow more into the park. The situation is unfolding as you see it live. It is 4:24 here on the ground in Keystone, South Dakota Mountain Time. It is 6:24 on the East Coast. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting Network. Stay with us.
Yeah, they're National Guard. There's still one van in the road, but it's off to the side. folks are putting gas masks on now since the vans have moved. Now they're going to officially, again, try to remove everyone that's here and then let the Trump supporters through to go see Trump.
So folks, if you're wanting to get in on that chat window up there, go to youtube.com/KevinLeeFather. That's where that chat is happening. And you can join in the chat there, and you better be nice or Danielle will kick you out. Everyone's asking what happened to the guy's shirt. I did not get that. Gonna have to be searching Twitter later. I'll be up all night. Great minds think alike, and you too.
Joe Seals back here at the RSBN studio. If you're just tuning in, we happened upon this scene entering President Trump's event there at Mount Rushmore. Protesters, many of them Native Americans, have basically blockaded the road. 3 vans, those 3 white vans that you see there in the background, they have flattened all of the tires on these vans so they could not be physically pushed out of the way or moved. And so we are the first on scene bringing live coverage of this event now, as folks, the Patriots are trying to get into the event there at Mount Rushmore.
Oh, the Patriots are trying to get into the event
right now, as
not the folks that were here
how to move these protesters
5,000 years before the Patriots.
We have a crew there live on scene right now. We are going to go to them. As a reminder, you can see the entire speech tonight by President Trump here on RSBN. Don't have to change the channel. We'll show you that and all the fireworks. But first, we have to take care of this. So let's go back now live to Liz and Jordan in South Dakota and see what's going on.
Well, that wasn't framing at all. Let's go back to the audio from the, this is Unicorn Riot on that side. So up there, right side broadcasting, over there, Unicorn Riot.
Hi everyone, I'm Liz Willis reporting live for Right Side Broadcasting Network. We are here in Keystone, South Dakota, where President Trump is scheduled to give his remarks at 8 p.m. This has been a highly controversial subject, with the president coming to Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills in particular. We were down in Old Town Keystone earlier, where it was very calm. Nothing like this was happening. The police are now asking for everyone to vacate the area. What we've heard so far is that this is stolen land and that the government has violated the treaties, which is why they are here today protesting that. It is definitely a bit of
Danielle,
a forceful
you're gonna have,
protest. They
people
have
hating
shut
on
down the roads here today, and they did do it with a scary tactic. They actually pulled up really fast, almost like police vehicles. That's what we thought they were initially, and they busted out their tires. It sounded somewhat like gunshots going off, really loud explosions. So, which one's racist? Someone's racist. Just
someone's racist. We're
listening to what's going on right now.
Shut the hell up!
He's right. So right now there's, of course, really tensions between those that are watching on this sidelines and the protesters.
I understand
the officers are trying to really just keep, I say us, this side of the line down, because we do not want anyone antagonizing the protesters who are already here heated and a little bit unhinged. Some of them are screaming that any day is a good day to die, and I quote. So a little bit scary here today, but we're going to be here showing it to you, showing as much as we can live to give you both sides of what's going on here.
Not today,
The
Def.
Sheriff's Department has formed a line, a protective barrier that is kind of separating the two sides, two different groups of people, those who are trying to get up the mountain for the 4th of July celebrations and those that are blocking it off. Again, these are 3 vans that we can see that are lined horizontally, completely blocking every lane leading up towards the entrance of Mount Rushmore. There is traffic, a lot of sheriff's cars and trucks that are blocking the highway as well. They came up here pretty fast. I'd say with about 5 to 10 minutes of these tires being popped, the explosion sounds going off. A lot more sheriffs did come. They've, of course, formed this barricade that you're able to see right now. Again, very touchy subject for the Native Americans and the tribes who lived here. They are very upset of President Trump's arrival today. And some of the signs also go back to BLM. We'll try and read some of them. Unity rising, great men, honor their word, honor their treaties. There's a lot of discussion about the treaties being broken, and that's a lot of what these signs are here today. Again, we are just trying to stay safe and be as uncontroversial as possible right now, because the safety of our crew is of the utmost importance, and it is very tense. Literally anything could happen at any second, so it's just important to keep your head on a swivel and make sure you have an exit point. I got the keys to the car for my crew, so if you see me running, it means I want everyone to follow me and get out of here.
Yeah, it looks like a car just went
Right
through.
now there's no screaming or yelling, saying things do have seemed to calm down. It looks like on the opposite side of this barricade of protesters, there's another line of sheriff.
Continue to cover the events at Mount Rushmore. We are now going to make our...
Come on, bring me live. Give me a second here. So the right side feed might have been delayed there. Let me load it up live again here. No, that's what they've got there.
Hey, all the relatives that are going to stay and hold their ground, come to the middle.
Very critical.
Maybe that was delayed. That's just a weird Facebook thing. I don't usually... Hold on, let me set that up. I don't usually watch feeds coming off of Facebook, so that might have been... Because it looks like the vans have been cleared now, and I think I just saw a car go through over there. That's another van. That's not one of the vans. But, okay, so yeah, up above us, we can see the vans are now up on the backs of tow trucks.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Everybody that's going to stay, come to the middle. Come to the car.
So the vans have been cleared, and now there's still people in the road, it looks like. And Unicorn Ride over here appears to be live walking amongst the crowd, and then it looks like they're hooking up the vans up there. Let me bring that full.
Media can be out to the left over there.
Huh? Yeah.
Joey! This one? Oh, there you go.
Okay, he's talking over here. Hold on.
Can I show you so you can tell people?
But it appears that these law enforcement officials and the various agencies with them will be moving them out as fast as they can to open up the road and allow the remaining attendees in. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. I just ran up this hill. As you may have seen, Air Force One just flew over. The president is just moments away from touching down here in Rapid City. He's going to touch down in Rapid City and then take Marine One over here to the Mount Rushmore
so he's gonna fly in there via Marine
The president
One.
did 2 flyovers of the situation in addition to Mount Rushmore, which is just about a mile behind me on the other side of that tree line there. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Obviously, this is not the coverage we expected today, but nonetheless, it's what happened and what we divulged into, or descended into. So behind us, protesters, we're going to sign off for now. We're going to be back on the air with you a little bit later with continuing coverage again for Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Jordan Parker. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, Joe Seals here at the RSBN studio. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue to cover the...
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I've been silent, trying to make sure I'm prepared for what's about to happen, as well as trying to feel things out about what's going on. They're letting some cars leave. They're letting folks leave who want to leave. So some cars are leaving. So the police lines are on the sides right now. There are other people who are planning to stay and risk arrest. They are doing another disruption. They're doing another unlawful assembly announcement. You can visit unicornriot.ninja to see our other coverage of other events like this. You can also click the donate or support tab if you appreciate our media.
No cameras, please. Face that way.
The only way we're able to do this work and have it be sustainable is to get donations. We are a nonprofit. We are commercial free. We have no advertisements. So it's really from folks who appreciate our work is how I'm here right now, how I'm able to do this right now. Also with the back end support, thanks to my fellow collective members who are helping push this out. Yeah, so folks are kind of strategizing about what to do right now as far as for the folks staying here in Keystone, South Dakota still. Been here for over an hour, might even be an hour and a half at this point. So the Trump and Pence speech at Mount Rushmore is definitely getting pushed back. Probably at least 2 hours, because getting everyone up there and having everything cleared
I can go play tennis at 7.
Is going to take some time. There's a lot of reasons why this protest is happening. The first is because Trump and Pence are here to speak. The second is because this land is unceded. We just got a warning that we have 4 minutes to leave the area. And if we do not leave the area in 4 minutes, we will be arrested. That's not specifying if you're on the road, if you're on the side. They're not specifying. So, yeah, this is unceded. Great Sioux Nation territory. 9 tribes are within the Great Sioux Nation. And so, yeah, so it's unceded territory, and therefore folks are trying to highlight that because this land is not owned by the U.S. federal government from the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868. And the government has continuously broken that treaty, but it's still on the books. Sorry. It's still a treaty. And I believe it's Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution says that treaties. I'm gonna get this wrong. I apologize. Treaties are the supreme law of the land, something like that. So treaties are supposed to be upheld. Treaties are supposed to be seen as legitimate. However, the U.S. government is not honoring that, has never really honored that. They're saying we have 2 minutes or we will be arrested. Again, not specifying if you're in the road, if you're off the road. They're not specifying where you may need to be to not get arrested. It kind of just seems like you need to be far out in that area.
I don't know that the Constitution says that the treaties have to be the overriding law of the land, but they are in the Constitution, and the president gets to negotiate them.
So
they have to be ratified by Congress.
So yeah,
Article 1.
More police.
You can fact check me on that if you want to.
I think.
So I don't know if they're going to delay the president's speech or not. He's going to fly in there by Marine One.
Again, if you appreciate our coverage, you can click the support tab on our website, unicornriot.ninja.
Unicornriot.ninja if you'd like to support this type of stuff over here.
We have 1 minute to leave the area.
I'm not sure if I caught this on the video for everyone,
so I'm just going to...
And the feed from Right Side Broadcasting is gone. me look them up again.
Pepper spray at some point, but there was never any gas chemical that's what police made it seem like. Because they said, like, it was going to get really bad, and they had to man stuff. That never happened. But people did get pepper spray. And again, here's this
It's just empty. There we go.
There's a pellet gun set up ahead of time. They most likely.
Okay, so right side appears to be done.
There's a cop van, then 2 SUVs on the right. Cops on either side. So the folks on the left in the camo actually I don't believe are National Guard. So sorry about that. I thought they were.
They're not National Guard apparently.
But they actually might just be Sioux Falls.
I was getting my information from them. I thought it was awfully quick for the National Guard to be called in, but also Trump has been saying
officers,
if anything happens.
Sorry, a little distracted trying to keep my eyes
And
peeled.
if any
This
governor is
person
going to
speeding
call
through.
in the National Guard before anything happens, it's Governor Noem. So you can see the crowd is already there. That's the lower bowl of the amphitheater.
So
I don't think the speech is going to be delayed at all. There's a lottery to get tickets.
Doesn't have gas masks on, so I think they're just going to.
Face the man. Let's turn this around and face the man that way.
So here they come to arrest people.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
So here are the arrests, obviously. I'm assuming you guys can hear her as well, because I can. Usually that's how it works. Well, one of the suppositions made by this person speaking for Unicorn Riot was that the speech would be delayed a couple of hours because people couldn't get up to the mountain. So I doubt that it will be delayed.
Give you a little space, but please move back a little bit, okay? Move back, please.
Move it, stolen by Supreme Court ruling! White racist thief! Fuck your Donald Trump! Fuck everybody in this fucking body! Fucking racist fuck! Hey! Hey!
So I will be broadcasting the speech when it happens, whenever that is. And I might delay it a little bit because I am going to try and play tennis with Kevin Lee's son. So what you do is you go to YouTube, youtube.com/KevinLeeFather, and you subscribe and hit the little bell. And that way you'll get notified when I actually start broadcasting. So join us. We have usually a better chat room than that, with much better people. But yeah, usually the chat room that we have is enabled with everybody watching on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, so you can watch it on whatever platform you want to.
That was a bad time for that to happen.
You can follow me on Twitter @KevinLeeFather. Or like I said, the easiest way, the best chat is the chat that you see up there, which becomes part of the main chat room that we use, usually on the screen. We do something called the live stream. Not live, live stream. And we cover the president. So if you're interested in coming in either pro or against Trump, please come watch the broadcast. We also cover Kayleigh Macaroni when she does the White House press conferences. We cover breaking news, apparently. And if you'd like to support me, please do. But today, for this coverage, please consider going to unicornriot.ninja, which is their site. There's websites with Ninja. If you want to support my stuff, not this stuff, this is their stuff, you can go to kevinleefather.com. You can become a patron there. So that coverage unicornriot.ninja, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job of covering this riot for us today. So I do appreciate them. I will be donating to them. I encourage you to do the same. But I promise you, they're not going to be calling you out by name like I do if you're a patron.
So only the folks directly in the middle of the road have been arrested so far.
Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, for those of you in the YouTube chat room, you can click right on Danielle's link there, unicornriot.ninja/donate.
Their gas masks.
Throw $5 their way, $10, whatever.
And drop their
they
shields.
They are a news organization. They're independent, nonprofit, and they cover a bunch of protest and riot stuff throughout the country. So if you care about what's going on in the United States and you don't want to be spoon-fed it by the big networks, please support Unicorn Riot. And I don't really need your support, because for those of you who I haven't talked to about this, my unemployment finally came through. The computer approved me, and I got a deposit directly into my bank account for $108. So I'm good. That's it. All 14 weeks, I think it's 16 weeks now of unemployment, and all they've released so far is $108. Bye, Rich.
1980 that it did rule that there's no debate about the U.S. government breaking the treaty. The issue is how to resolve.
Chris just got blocked.
The Supreme Court said that millions of dollars should go to the Lakota people.
All right, let's see. What can we do? We're going to bring them bigger. We're going to go to our normal chat. I'm just going to do this as we... Actually, let's see if I can do it in studio mode so it doesn't affect you guys.
People are being loaded into the white transport van.
Almost. Give me a second here, guys. There we go. Whew, that feels better. Okay, so this is what the broadcast normally looks like when we do the live stream. And I'm just going to make that window just a little bit smaller.
Across the street, there are still Trump supporters, also some ACLU legal observers. So the roadblock and the inevitable arrest situation has been ongoing for about 2 hours. We're in Keystone, South Dakota, where Trump and Pence are going to be speaking here tonight at so-called Mount Rushmore. Again, Mount Rushmore was carved into a sacred mountain called the Six Grandfathers that represent the earth, the sky, and the four directions. This police officer is asking about Secret Service guys. One of these people just dropped a shield.
So it looks like they've come in and cleared out most of the protesters here.
The Trump supporters are clapping at the police walking back.
So that little group right by my head here, those are the Trump supporters. One of them was arrested earlier for apparently hitting one of the protesters, a woman. It's a nice shot over here of what we call Mount Rushmore, but apparently is the mountain of the six grandfathers, the six elders. What did she call it?
Protest at so-called Mount Rushmore.
So-called Mount Rushmore
Was by the involved 24 Indigenous activists who summited Mount Rushmore and stayed there, occupied the space for a while, and
Bye, Jana. Six grandfathers. Thank you, Lizzie.
Said that they were renaming it Crazy Horse Monument or Crazy Horse Mountain, and
oh my God, guys!
10 years after that is when the Supreme Court,
when I was a kid,
ruled that it was.
We went to Mount Rushmore.
The United States government.
1979, 1980?
The Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868.
And my parents called it Mount Crazy Horse.
Didn't give land back, didn't try to remedy it in a way of giving land back. Instead, the Supreme Court decided to give a trust to the Great Sioux Nation.
I had a couple of hippie parents.
The trust is at about $2 billion. However, the Great Sioux Nation, made up of 9 tribes, have not taken any of the money because that would be like a sales transaction, and they do not and have not ever consented to selling this land.
Guys, I can't verify any of this information coming out of Unicorn Riot, but you can look it up yourself. I don't have the time to do it right now, so... Again, if you'd like to contribute to Unicorn Riot, unicornriot.ninja/donate.
These police, I guess, are just going to continue having a circle around the transport vehicle.
Well, the one, considering that my parents adopted 2 Native Americans, I'm not sure that they're really that weak and pitiful.
I'm also assuming they're going to let.
I would call that being really, really good human beings.
In the middle of
and they
the
were,
road.
and one of them still is.
They only have that one transport vehicle. Of course, there are a bunch of sheriff's police cars around, but as far as a large vehicle to hold many people, that was the only one that I can see, at least.
I don't have any fans, Shelby. Kevin Lee Daughter gets so angry if I mention fans. I actually do have fans. I have actually, here I have followers or subscribers. It's okay if I call them that. I just call everybody my friend. But in the acting world, I do have actual fans. I have a fan who wrote me from Russia, wanting a headshot from Russia. And also my social security number and just everything. Just like send me a headshot with your signature, social security number, blood type, address, credit card number, like everything. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. You know, they're a fan. So I sent it off.
Wait, 714?
You guys are great. You're all my friends. You're all my buddies. You're all part of the Kevin Lee family.
So it's about 7:15 Mountain Time, which means that...
No, Chris. My parents went to a tribal land and just stole children. That's how adoption is done.
The protest.
Speaking of which,
one of my
three of my siblings might be watching today. I don't even know. Kevin Lee older sister, if you're watching, hi. Kevin Lee brother, hello. They were watching earlier. And Kevin Lee niece,
some folks
apparently wanted to know what happened to my hair if I lost some sort of fight with a brush.
Those are the folks I caught up to, and then
this is brushing my hair
this
today.
Has been going on
because that's what's important right now.
It's finally
and I do
to
have
get
producer
cooler,
Joanna.
It was over 90 degrees the majority of that time.
Danielle, you can time people out. Danielle's giving out timeouts. I know my fans, my so-called fans, Shelby. I know you mean the trolls. Anybody is welcome. And like I said, the more people watch, the better it is for me.
Everyone has been loaded into the van.
Well, that's probably a good time to wrap up then.
They are closing the doors.
So, that was a protest in South Dakota. If you're just joining us, protesters blocked the street, the entrance to Mount Rushmore. I'll show you Mount Rushmore. It looks like it's pretty full to begin with. The amphitheater looks like it's already chock full. I'm just going to look through the crowd on my screen, and I am not seeing a single mask. So apparently the virus is over. We did it, everyone. I'm looking down at the musicians. It's not high res enough for me to see. This is a live stream, so let's see if I can get any better than this. Bump it up to 180. This is a Facebook feed, I think, that we're looking at right now. And no, even on the old folks, I'm not seeing any masks whatsoever. And of course, the masks don't protect the old folks. The whole point is you wear a mask, unless it's an N95 mask. Hold on, let's go back to the other feed now because they're zooming in on. Those are not National Guard. Those are police. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was looking through the crowd on the other screen there. Yes. So at some point tonight, Trump is going to speak. It's supposed to be about 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern time. That he probably is going to be late because I know Governor Noem's going to give a speech. That'll probably go for 15 to 20 minutes. And then if Pence is there, he's going to want to speak too. So I don't know if I'm going to broadcast Pence or not. It's usually just nonsense. But then not like Trump speaks great wisdom. But I'll start broadcasting when Trump speaks, or it'll be delayed. So if you guys want to watch it live, you can watch it live. I think PBS is covering, Fox News is covering, and then, of course, any number of internet feeds like this. Did you get the money for the message deleted, Kevin Lee? I don't know. It's a strange system, and it's all algorithms, and Al Gore was the vice president of the United States under Bill Clinton, for those of you not old enough to know that. And he invented some sort of rhythm that created something called the internet. So Al Gore is the father of the internet, and Al Gore rhythms are what run the entire thing. So if you ever run into Al Gore, say thank you, because none of this would be possible without him. Is this a campaign rally, or are we playing? Well, what are you saying, Collins Jackson? I'm not even sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up right now. So again, I'm not. I'll play the ending credits as well. So I'll play the ending credits for those of you watching. It's your first time watching. We will be going live when the president's speech starts, or after the president's speech starts, but we will be watching the president's speech from the beginning. Sometimes we like to do things delayed, and that way we can skip through the parts where he says, "I'd like to thank so-and-so and the local so," and he's reading names off a list, "the great Governor Noem," and then that way we can skip through that, or we can pause and make commentary of our own. We'll have the chat room running as well. If you're watching on Twitter, you will be able to chat on Twitter and interact with that chat room over there. I always get that wrong. I'm always backwards. I just have to remember to go against my instinct, like George Costanza on that one episode. The time is supposed to be 7:30. I imagine that's Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. I imagine it will be delayed quite a bit because they never start making their speeches on time except when I say they're not going to, and then boom, it'll be like 7:31. They're up there. Yeah, go ahead and get drinking now, guys. Should we have a drinking word for tonight? Guys, think about it. My tennis is not going to be over then. That's the trouble. And the tennis court's probably going to be taken anyway. Ooh, this is a cool shot. Look at this. We got, is that Marine? That might be that's Marine 1 coming in right there. So Trump might already be on his way. Is this a satellite shot? How are they this? Oh, that's too bad the protesters weren't still on the highway when Trump is flying over in the chopper. Yeah, if you guys want a drinking word, let me know. And you know what? Why don't we just have multiple drinking words for tonight? So prepare your drinking words. Once the broadcast starts, we'll talk about that, and we'll set a drinking word for the evening. I might get a chance to play tennis. I might not. Who knows? And we will see you guys later on tonight. That's kind of a neat shot. So we might as well cover this while the president lands. Over on the other screen, not much happening. Hold on, let's go to the Vimeo feed here. And I'm gonna unmute the site so we can hear it. Really? They're playing Don't Stop Believing? Oh, crap. Stop. Stop. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I want to get you audio, but I can't broadcast. They're playing Journey's Don't Stop Believing when the helicopter flies in for some reason. Oh, because it's one of Trump's pre-campaign songs. I can hear it. You guys can't hear it because if I broadcast it, then YouTube's going to hit me with a copyright strike. So just enjoy the silent helicopter. I'm trying to figure out where that music's coming from so I can shut it off. They can share the night, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers. You guys can't hear the music, but... Okay, so over above me here, that is the sun going down, and Unicorn Riot, if you'd like to support them one more time, is unicornriot.ninja. You can go there, donate to them. On this feed, hopefully you guys can't hear the song. Let me know if you can hear the song, because if you can hear the song, then YouTube's going to give me a copyright strike, and then I have to edit the video and put it back up again. And I mean, nobody's going to watch this after it's done, right? For those of you watching for the first time, please join us tonight for President Trump's speech. We do something called the live stream, and we basically we monitor the president and we fact check him in real time. So join us. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Chris, or Collins Jackson, for letting me know that there is no music coming through. Let me see if the music is over. No. Here you go. Here's a text.
To get to the checkpoint now.
That's about all I can play of it. So yeah, if I was just doing Twitter, I could broadcast a song, but I can't. Looking for mass here. Hold on. Let's go to the stream and look for mass. Right there. Yeah, those are his supporters. One guy has a mask around his chin. And no, there's not a single supporter there. I mean, there lots of supporters there. There's not a single person there who's wearing a mask. So lottery tickets were given away for this to be able to sit in the audience. Even to get into Mount Rushmore today, you had to have a ticket to get in there. And so these are all either diehard Trump supporters or smart protesters who entered that lottery and got themselves a ticket.
For over an hour.
That's the end of that song. And there's no more chopper coverage. So let's see what they're playing now. Halloween mask. Yeah.
the sacrifice made by the families of our military service men and women. We couldn't do our job.
I'm getting
in
echo too,
faraway
guys.
places
Okay.
without the support
I'm going to shut down
of
here,
these
guys.
loved ones.
Hold on, let me get rid of the desktop audio. All right, guys. So join us here for our broadcast when Trump starts speaking or after Trump starts speaking. I don't know. Depends on what happens. I'll probably broadcast live. Depends if I'm still playing tennis. It's going to be a little bit delayed, guys. So if you'd like to figure out when that's going to happen, the best way to do it is go to youtube.com / Kevinly Father. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Let me get rid of this. Okay, there we go. So youtube.com / Kevinly Father. Let me bring it up for you right here. That's it. And there you can subscribe. You can hit the bell. There's a little bell icon right beside where you subscribe. And that bell will give you an alert on your phone or your computer. You get an email letting you know when we broadcast. So you can join in the chat either on Twitter or here on Twitter. I'm at Kevinly Father. So join us there. Twitch, I'm also something. I don't even know what, but Lizzie does. And we'll get the chat room working so that everybody can participate, and we'll fact check the president real time and probably make fun of him. And probably some people will be playing a drinking game. So we'll see you then.
Kevin, tell us what you got. Okay, we don't have Kevin.